Hi everybody, and welcome to this month's sketchbook tour. So I usually don't do sketchbook tours because I usually don't have a sketchbook to share. I do most of my work either digitally or just for work, so I don't do a lot of traditional sketching in a physical book. But this year I really wanted to get back into it. I wanted to stretch my style, and the goal for the sketchbook was just to figure out what I wanted my art to be. I really wanted to make it more cartoony. I've usually drawn more realistically, not hyper-realistically, but most of my characters usually have more realistic body to them. But this time I really wanted to stretch my skills with exaggeration, and I really wanted to be inspired by rubber hose animation, so this is what the sketchbook was supposed to be. And this is my Louise Carmen sketchbook if you're interested. You do not need a Louise Carmen. It's from Paris. It's very expensive for a sketchbook. And this is just, you're paying for the leather and the notebooks inside. You can put in new books whenever you want, whenever you run out, and it comes with all these fun little charms. I got a Capricorn, and then there's one with, I don't know if you can see, with a little star, and then my name, or my initial. I'm sorry, I'm very bad at talking on camera, so I'm sorry if I'm rambling or I don't make any sense. I hope that you can still enjoy the sketchbook tour. And I also got it engraved with bad ideas, and that's a reminder that the first draft just has to exist. It doesn't have to be good, because everything in here is supposed to go on to another draft and make it better, and you can't edit something if there's nothing to edit. You really need to make the first draft so it can be good later. And that's just a reminder to me to do that, because this is not just my sketchbook. I have a few different notebooks in here that I'll go through, but I also have my writing in here, I have my commonplace book in here, so this book, or this portfolio, just holds a couple different journals of mine that I need to have a first draft in order to edit. Okay, and that's my little spiel on that. Also, again, this is very expensive, my Louise Carmen. This was probably over $300 with all the little charms and everything. You do not need something this expensive to sketch in, but this was supposed to be a gift to myself. I accomplished a goal and really wanted to get myself something special. And there's so many different options online. There's Paper Republic's a little cheaper, Travelers Company's cheaper, and there's lots of Etsy sellers that make very similar journals to these. I just personally knew that if I bought the cheaper version, I was just gonna keep buying cheaper versions until I paid more than I would just for this one. So I decided to go all in and just get the one I wanted. And this is the one I wanted, and it's gorgeous, and I love it, and I do use it every day. So for me, it's been worth it. For a lot of people, probably not, but I did really love this thing. Some people like bags. I love stationery, so I went with this. Okay, after that nonsense, let's get into the actual sketchbook tour. So you just open it by undoing the elastic there. And so it's a trifold, so it opens all the way. So this is just my little poetry book. I'm not going to share too much of my writing here, but this is my poetry book, and then this is my just my general writing book. So I'm working on a screenplay right now, and then this one is my actual sketchbook. So I like to start my sketchbooks with just a swatches page. I think it kind of breaks through like how scary that first page can be. So I just like to do words are so hard. Okay, I like to do a lot of swatches. And then these are just some colored pencils I was thinking I was gonna use. I didn't use a lot of colored pencil in this. I used just mostly pen. I used my, here, let me grab it. So this is my Lamy Safari pen. It is a fountain pen that I love very dearly. It's great for writing and sketching. I like writing in the extra fine, but for drawing I prefer just the fine. And I also like to date the top of my paper when I started sketchbooks. So this one I started in December 17, 2024. So it's been about 6 months-ish since I started. And I tried to draw on this every day. I drew on most days. But yeah, these were just some example pages I made for other videos. So like one thing you can do to get started on a sketchbook is just a list of ideas of what you want to sketch or what you want to be in this book. So that's a great way to just break into this book that may be stressful to break into. And then the first page, I just drew some birds, I just, another example I was giving was things that you just know how to draw, things that are fun, things that are supposed to be bad and messy, just to break into that page and make sure that you actually get into it. And this paper, I forget the GSM, but I'll post it on the screen somewhere. But this paper is very thin, which I like for sketching personally, but it's not going to be great for things like watercolor or acrylic or things that are heavy. This was great for just like pen, marker, things that are lighter. And so, yeah, so I'll just flip through a couple pages. And I really was trying to exaggerate in this sketchbook. I really wanted to develop a more cartoony style, one that I like drawing in. And I've always kind of drawn like this, but I've really struggled with enjoying the process of sketching in a cartoony way. When I learned how to draw, I was just taught to draw realism, which is great, and you should start with realism always. It makes it much easier to exaggerate later on. But it's really hard for me now to give myself permission to draw in a more cartoony way and think it's good. Just because I've been taught for so many years that the closer you are to realism, the better it's going to be. But I work in animation. My work is supposed to be cartoony. And it's supposed to be more exaggerated. So I've really been trying to work on that. I really am inspired by rubber hose animation, a lot of illustrations. I especially love Rebecca Green's illustrations. If you haven't seen her work, I would definitely recommend checking her out. She has beautiful illustrations, beautiful children's book illustrations. So yeah, I'm really just working on characters, not really working on expressions or anything, but just kind of having fun with their bodies and the way their faces may look, different ways their noses may look. It's very subtle differences, but you might notice it in some of these characters. And a lot of these are just like based on people I see either on the street or on TikTok or on Pinterest. I try and like change their clothes and make things a little bit more suitable for the style, but yeah, I think overall it's just kind of whatever I see online, I kind of just pop in here and trying to stylize it. And I do try and fill up every page as much as possible. I really love how like a full page kind of looks. And this is from when we went to Japan, which was fun. You can see we went to like the Jilly Museum, and these are some of the whiskey barrels they had, and I got a keychain. So I really love the sketchbook also for that. I don't really journal as much as I used to. I kind of got bored with the actual writing of it, but this I love to see just because I'm transported back to that time. With writing, not so much, but with drawing, I feel like I'm able to transport myself back into that space. So I really like that as like a time capsule. I hope this isn't like too boring for you guys. I hope you're actually enjoying this. Yeah, but let me know if you do want like another sketchbook kind of video. I'm not used to talking like this, but I think it's good practice for me. And if you do enjoy it, please let me know, because I'm kind of enjoying it, so maybe I'll make more videos like this. And I think I might make one. Oh, another thing about these this paper that I do like, but I probably wouldn't do again, just for my own sketchbook. So these are perforated pages, so you can just rip them out, which is nice. So if I really liked a sketch or something I made, I could just pull it out and maybe put it on my wall or like use it as inspiration. Or if I really hated something, I could just rip it out. But usually I don't recommend ripping things out of your sketchbook. I think everything should be in there, or you should try and cover it up, be a little creative in that way. I probably wouldn't do it again just because I don't take things out of my sketchbook usually. But I do like that there is the option to take them out if you want. And again, I really love these kind of fuller spreads where I just like went all in on the paper and didn't leave a lot of white space. I think those kind of sketchbook pages are really fun. So as you can see, there's a lot of girls in three-quarter pose. Something about sketchbooking too, I really want to make sure that I'm enjoying it, so I don't stretch myself too much when I'm in my actual sketchbook. I know a sketchbook should be a place for ideas and everything, but I also want to make sure that I am enjoying it so I continue to do it. And I've kind of done my practice. Not that there isn't things to learn, but I've kind of not surpassed it, but you know what I mean. Now I need to focus more on the actual art making rather than the foundations. And seeing what I really like and my voice as an artist, and I think that that is also an important stage to go through. And of course, I still need to learn more about perspective and more about anatomy. But I think right now, for me, I really need to work on enjoying the art process, especially as someone who is a full-time artist. I think just making space for enjoyment is going to take me far. Also, it's very warm where I am now, but I love drawing people in very heavy clothes. I think that just the layering is very fun when I'm drawing. I love also just adding lots of little like florals and doodads in there. I really love this girl holding this little dog. I think that was fun to draw. And a lot of these you might actually see in other work I post online. Again, these are supposed to be just a first draft. And without this, I never would have posted some of the stuff I did. I also like drawing in kind of colored pen too. The thing about the Lamy Safari is you can switch out the ink, so any color that you want, you can just switch out the ink without having to switch pens, which I like. Switching the ink is a little bit of a pain, but I like to use it up and then move on to another color. I think that's kind of fun to see in a sketchbook. Also, I'd love to hear how you use your sketchbook. Do you use it more for practice? Is it more a place for you to experiment, to vent? I would love to hear all about it. And this is the last page I did, the last spread. I think from the beginning to the end, you can really see that my style has become a lot more, not focused, but like stronger, a lot more confident. Like at the beginning, the lines are a little bit more scratchy, a little more experimental, a little bit faster, I would say, but like these seem a little bit more intentional to me. I kind of miss some of the looseness that came with the first couple sketches. I think here I was getting kind of bored and just wanted to say goodbye and be done with it. But I do like how much stronger my lines are here. They just seem very focused, which is nice. And I seem a little bit more confident in what I'm drawing, which is also great. And then I finished it on 6/6/2025, so a couple days ago. And yeah, that's the end of my sketchbook tour. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you have any questions or you want to see me start my new sketchbook, like how I like to break in a new sketchbook, please let me know. And yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope the little knocking sounds weren't too loud or you could actually hear me. I don't know if this mic was working or if you will ever see this video. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know how you use your sketchbook, and I hope you have a great day. Okay, bye!